Are you in a relationship and unsure if it's going to last or not? First of all, I'm sorry because I know that that's not a good feeling and I have been there. Second, today I'm going to share with you the early signs a relationship won't last so that you can avoid that ugly breakup and get out now before it changes you. Early sign number 1, you feel happier when you're away from them. I have been there, I understand. If you feel like you are happy when you're out away from them doing your own thing, and then there's a part of you that when you come back to that person, you have to shrink down or minimize or not be yourself in any way, that is a really good sign that this relationship might not last the test of time. Sign number 2, if you are constantly worried about what they're doing, that you have to be constantly checking up on them, maybe you are overly suspicious or jealous, constantly wondering who they're with, what they're doing, what they're saying, who they're texting, every bleep on their phone makes you jump and go, who is that? What is that? If you are feeling that kind of energy inside your body's energy system, that's usually a pretty good sign that this relationship is not going to last. Number 3, if you feel the need to change them in any way, if you feel like, oh, they're great, but that's usually a good sign it's not going to last because people don't change the way we want them to. They are not living from our life experiences. They are living from their own. So if you are wanting to be with this person because you think that once you change them, then it will be perfect, that's usually a good sign this relationship is not going to last. Number 4, they make you feel like you're crazy during an argument that was about nothing. If you find yourself in an argument and then it feels like you're upside down or spinning in circles and you have no idea what's happening and they're telling you that your reaction is crazy or your words are crazy, that's usually a good sign it's not going to last. Number 5, if you cannot be your true self, that's usually a good sign. When we are in a relationship, our partner should be complementary to us, helping us be our best version of ourselves. So if you can't be your true self, your honest, true, here I am self, that's usually a good sign that this relationship is not going to last. Number 6, if your opinions and outlooks on life aren't valued. Who we are and the way that we see the world and the goals and directions that we want to have for our life are everything to us. That is who we are. And if you are with somebody who is not valuing those opinions or those outlooks on life or thinks that it's silly or dumb or they're devalued in any way, that is another really good sign that this relationship may not last. Number 7, if you feel embarrassed about how they treat people, this could be in general sitting down at a table in a restaurant and the way they treat the waitstaff, or even at a party. If you are embarrassed and find yourself cringing about the things they say and the way they behave and the way they are treating other people, that's probably who they are. Again, we're not going to change who they are. It might be a really good sign that this relationship isn't going to last. Number 8. If their behavior or habits change and then they get defensive about it. If you are noticing something about their behavior and habits and you bring it up to them, you want to have a conversation, and their reaction is defensiveness, that's usually a good sign that there's something else going on that maybe needs to be unpacked and is usually a good sign that unless this can be resolved, this relationship may not stand the test of time. Number 9, their behavior is unreliable. If you feel like you're getting a different version of them in each different kind of situation that you are in as you are going through your life, going on dates, maybe you're living together, if their behavior is unreliable to you, again, that's another sign that it sounds like something's going on below the surface that may need to be addressed, because if it's not, this relationship may not last. Number 10, you feel it in your gut. If you are feeling that intuitive nagging, that gut instinct that something is wrong and you can't quite put your finger on it, so many times we will hear people say that they knew at the beginning that something was off and they pushed away their intuition. They pushed away the idea that something was wrong. They didn't trust their instinct. If you know in your gut, your intuition is telling you that something is wrong, most of the time you will be right. So it's worth digging deeper to find out what that is. because again, if not, this relationship may not last. Number 11, they are overly suspicious and jealous. If they're the ones constantly checking your location, your phone, your messages, always asking, who are you with? What are you doing? Who are you talking to? That is usually a pretty good sign that their behavior is not going to change, because it's something within them that needs to be healed through first, because if not, this relationship won't last. And number 12, they still aren't over their ex in some way. It is so interesting to see how many people get into relationships in a new relationship when they're still not over their ex. You'll know they're not over if they talk about them constantly, if they're still checking their social media, or if they're still bringing them up and what they're doing. If there's more healing that your partner needs to do in order for them to get over their ex, give them that time. Don't burden yourself with a relationship where the other partner is not able to commit 100%. Until they do their own healing, it's a pretty good sign that your relationship with them is not going to last. So now that we know the signs, what do we do about it? You have a choice. You can choose to ignore the signs and get into a relationship that you are bound to have to deal with heartache and heartbreak down the road. The problem is sometimes being in this kind of relationship can actually change you. If it's somebody who is telling you that everything's fine and your intuition is telling you it's not, then you are actually learning to not trust your own intuition, and that can have a lot of long-term effects. There's a lot of pieces in this list too that if not dealt with, you might start to become the jealous type or that over anxious type, or begin defending yourself in ways that aren't necessary because you've been trained by a toxic relationship. So it's going to be up to you. Do you want to stay in this relationship? If you do, then my suggestion would be find somebody that can help you move through some of these signs that it's not going to last so that you can get that healing. This list is not to say, oh, if you're experiencing any of this, you're doomed. No, it's more about, hey, let's open up a conversation. Let's open up a path for healing so that we can heal these things, so that we can move on, so that we can move forward into a healthy relationship. The goal of a relationship is to feel loved, to feel understood, to feel valued, and to feel beyond a shadow of a doubt that your partner has your back in every sense of the word, that they have your back emotionally, physically, spiritually, and that your goals and outlooks on life are going to be completely supported so that you can go do this life in only the way that you were meant to do, so that you can make that difference in only the way that you can. Thank you so much for joining us on this video. I invite you to watch the next one, How Do I Know If I'm in a Toxic Relationship? This has been your Ray of Sunshine, and I will see you in the next video.